Hey, this is Lefty and Righty. And so we're here dealing with the aftermath of the NBA All Star Saturday. Um, quick blurb. I said blurb. Okay, so just look at our other video to see what exactly we did and we explain everything. But so we had the skills challenge, we had the 3-point contest, we had the Steph Curry versus Sabrina, and we had the dunk competition. So we had our vouchers that we wagered on, that we explained in the last video, and along the way we did some prop bets that ended up uh, being costly if you were certain people and working out pretty well if you were others. And so full disclosure, I had to do some I seen the writing on the wall when I knew Mac McClung was going to win. DraftKings didn't even have odds on the dunk competition, so apparently they thought that too, which I'm surprised because they'll have odds on anything. And I felt pretty good about my 3-point contest chances. I said that on the last video. And the skills challenge, the cheaters won. And
Wow.
that's how that broke down.
Wow.
And she did pick the odds-on favorite to win the competition. I believe the skills challenge props, the skills challenge odds were like plus 140 for Indiana, plus 160 for the All-Star. So it was close. It was almost a toss-up, but she did pick the odds-on favorite, and the odds-on favorite came and got the job done through questionable circumstances.
Yeah, so if you watch the skills challenge, you know that there was a tie in the passing part of the competition, and maybe some people would think that the Pacers choosing to only do the chest pass and the bounce pass like options is cheating. There's not a rule against it, and they didn't get penalized for it. So I picked the Pacers to win. We had some prop bets around that. I don't even remember that prop bet. What was the prop bet for that? Like, what was the determining factor? The overall points? It doesn't matter. Well, we'll figure out what the prop bet was for that, but it was a throwaway. I got a prop bet for that challenge, which was a throwaway. Throwaway meaning I get to cancel one of his vouchers that he wins. And the overall skills challenge I won, and it was my number one option, which was take care of the baby for 3 separate days of my choosing from 7 a.m., which is the time the baby wakes up, until bedtime with no help.
All right. And
you got a prop bet from that, right?
I believe I got 2 Pizza Puff dinners out of that prop bet.
Yeah.
And the Pizza Puff dinners that she makes she uses a croissant, or not a croissant, she uses a pack of croissants and uses either ground beef or ground turkey. Lately it's been ground turkey because your boy's been losing weight. And so just trying to make healthier choices and just trying to improve as an individual, because that's what this is all about. Step by step, gradual, incremental, if you would, improvement. And so she makes these things, the ground turkey, she uses the cheese and the marinara sauce, throws it in the oven, and out comes a delicious pizza puff. And well, there's more than one. And usually she likes to do like 8 or something and jip me.
No, but I don't do 8, and I don't do that. I'll do a pack of 2, so it's like 16. You go through them so fast that I have to do 16 if I'm going to eat any.
So we've been pushing it to like maybe get to 24, and then the extra meatballs we use for like spaghetti or something, which is always really fun. And you know, so
the dog. Oh my gosh, we'll talk about our dog another time.
So, okay, she won it.
I did.
And she won it. And let's go over to the 3-point contest, okay?
Right.
So my first pick, no, she picked first. She
did.
picked Halliburton.
I did.
She let
Dame
Lillard
go.
fall.
Yeah, I did.
She let him fall. She went with her gut. And
I stand by my choice.
Right.
I know I didn't win. I know Damian Lillard won the whole thing. It proved to be
costly.
But I stand by my choice because, I just didn't. Choosing Tyrese Halliburton wasn't a bad choice. I mean, he did tie up. He was a part of the tiebreaker situation with Trae Young, Damian Lillard, and who was Cat, Karl Anthony Towns, and he was just short, and that's how it happens sometimes. So I'm not mad.
All right, so we ended up getting the winner on that. By we, I mean the good guys. And so we got a free combat pay-per-view that we don't have to pay for out of our own pocket.
Walking
around money. That's a term that I coined, but if you want to tell everybody about it, that's cool.
I'm not.
And so we got so I could use that at any time whenever I want to watch a pay-per-view, and she has to find some way to pay for it. And we're this is what we're doing. We losing weight and we saving money. And that's what. And as she openly mocks me on the internet.
I'm not openly mocking you. It's just what you said was funny.
So
next competition.
And so we did get a prop bet. See, okay, so in the final round, right, the field went from 8 to 3. It goes from 8 to 3.
Mm-hmm.
There was 4 people tied for 3 spots.
4-way tie. That was crazy.
4-way tie for 3 spots. And it ended up, so like if you did the math, we had 2 live in that tiebreaker each. So the field was going to get shrunk from 4 to 3 at that point, and one of us was going to end up with 2 live. And so we made a prop bet on the commercial that said, which one of us is going to have 2 live players to make it to the final round?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the good guys came out on top with that.
If you have to call yourself a good guy, you probably aren't the good guys. I'm just going to toss that out there, but never mind. Continue.
So the bad guys ended up, and by good guys, and by the bad guys, I mean the good guys, because she just insinuated that we're the bad guys. So anyway,
you say
we ended up getting 2 live in a tiebreaker. So right then, I'm feeling pretty good. All she has all she had was
I only had Cat Williams.
Karl
Anthony Towns.
And he aired out everybody in the 3-point contest. He aired out everybody. Told everybody dirt, everything.
He actually, I think he competed. He competed and hit those 2 sorry balls in the back. Yeah. He just didn't make enough of his.
Yeah, that's what he usually does.
He didn't make enough of his straight on top of the key. What is it called? Money balls. He didn't make enough of those, but he did hit both of those sorry balls. I personally think if he had hit one of those 2 money balls, it would have been a very different story.
Well, yeah, but he didn't.
He didn't.
And so I mean, you're 7 feet. What you doing in that competition? But
dude, that's
at the end of the day, I had Dame Lillard and Trae Young live, and I had a cancel one of her coupons on the two guys that I had live, so I was feeling pretty good. And we ended up winning it with Dame, and that's what ended up costing her in the end on that competition. So far, I've won the combat pay-per-view, and I get to cancel one of her things. The next event was the Sabrina versus Steph competition. She gave me 2-1 odds on it, and there was some controversy on what exactly would be the line, the 3-point line that they were going to use for Sabrina. My thought going in was she's going to use the WNBA balls, which are smaller, which the math says if something smaller going into the same circular area that a bigger thing's going to go into, you should have an advantage, especially if you're shooting from however many feet in closer, which is why she got 37 last year and the men's record is 31. So I felt like I had an advantage. She apparently requested that she shoot from the NBA 3-point line, which was honorable, but it cost her. But at least she could say she held her own on an even playing field and all that jazz. So,
well, not only held her own, she got 26, which is the same amount as the tiebreaker from the challenge before.
So, what did you win on Steph on betting on the favorite?
I won the throwaway, a cancel, and I heard what you said, but I won a cancel. So
at this point, you have 2 cancels.
Yes. So I couldn't put up a cancel again.
We made a rule saying you can't win the same thing more than twice. So, okay. At that point on commercial, we decided to have an over-under prop bet. One of us picks over, one of us picks under. And to be honest, we couldn't have set a better line for that based on Sabrina's 37 and based on Steph Curry's all-time record at 31. We decided to have the line at 30.5. The reason why we've set it at 30.5 is so there's no tie. Someone has to win, someone has to lose. The half on any the half on any line, right, or any number is referred to as the hook. So if an NFL team, let's say, is a 6-point dog, a 6-point underdog, and it's the line's at plus 6.5, it's 6 in the hook. For the Kansas City Chiefs, let's say instead of them being 2-point dogs, they are 2.5-point dogs. That's 2 in the hook. The half is the hook, and it determines whether or not there's a possibility for a tie or not. And so that's what we did. And the line was right on the money. Vegas couldn't have put on a better line. And, props to us for the prop bet. And so what ended up happening was the prop bet was set at 30.5 for the most points in the event. Sabrina got 26, Steph got 30. The line was set at 30.5. I had the under, Righty had the over, and I ended up picking up a $3 best ball team in MLB and NFL that Righty has to prepare for, has to generally know what's going on, has to, I can't do everything on it. It's going to be like our thing. And just to take a minute to explain what best ball is essentially you draft a fantasy team and there are more rounds than a typical draft. However, you are stuck with those players for the whole year, no matter what happens to them, whether they're injured, traded, retired, lose their job, whatever. And there's no waiver claims. There's no trades. There's nothing like what you would typically do in a fantasy league at all. So she has to do one with me for MLB and the NFL. And we actually did, by we, I mean me, did pretty well on a previous best ball team last year for, I think I did a $3 team for to top prize was like 50 grand, and it lasted the whole year. So, it's just if you're like, since you're doing it and you're going to prepare, this is our thing. You have to be living and dying it with.
So I
You
gotta
have to be
watch.
living and dying with it with me. You got to be in it. You got to be. We got to sweat together. This is what it is. We got to be sweating together on our teams, because last year when I was sweating by myself. Top prize was 50 grand, and I made the finals. Top 200 teams out of 198,000 in the country, and she didn't even know what was going on.
Nope. I was busy doing other things.
And she thought it was regular daily fantasy sports.
I did, because let me tell you something. You find things and you participate and you explain it how you understand it. And then I'm like,
I explained it several times.
yeah, and it sounded like daily fantasy. So moving on to the slam dunk competition, which I have a lot of theories and thoughts about, but it's neither here nor there. So slam dunk competition, lefty had Jaylen Brown. I had Jaime Jaquez Jr. and Mac McClung, and lefty had Jacob Toppin. Now, in my personal opinion, in the final, it should have been Mac McClung and Jacob Toppin. And I think lefty would agree. Just with the quality of dunks, just the quality of dunks and the height they were getting, the vertical they were getting. Definitely, I didn't think Jaylen Brown was supposed to be in the final. And how the scoring went down, was questionable at best. But
right, and she did the Mac McClung wager on that, which we actually had the paper, scissors, rock for, because we knew he was going to win. DraftKings didn't even have odds on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I bet on him last year, and yes, I won.
I mean, he was like, unless you watched him on YouTube or on social media, you wouldn't have known that he did that. Like, you just wouldn't have. And so he's not an NBA guy. He's a G League guy. And he puts on a show, like definitely puts on a show. So I won that, and Mac McClung. And there were some prop bets on there that I got.
What did you win on Mac McClung?
I won walking domino
for a week.
For a week straight, 1 mile a day.
Okay.
So I don't have to participate in walking domino at all for a week.
Which I normally do it anyway, but she tacked on the 1 mile on there.
Since we're losing weight and we're making better choices, I decided to aid you in that by not adding something else to your plate, but to extend something that already exists.
Man, she talked her way around that one, didn't she? So
I can't talk away around something that I actually think.
So during the dunk contest event, we did over-unders on particular scores in the first round, and
no, I did not anticipate the scores being that high.
Right.
Especially going to who they were going to, and
right.
and maybe you didn't either.
No, I didn't.
I felt like there were some missed scores.
That's why I kept increasing the line. Mm-hmm. as we as we kept going, I kept increasing the line, because she kept taking the under and losing, even though I took, it became apparent that the scoring was kind of booty. I didn't think that
I thought maybe at some point they would realize that some of these dunks were 30s,
right?
High 30s, not high 40s. Specifically dunks by Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown is he's a good player, but he's trash.
That's the thing. He's an in-game dunker. This is why, people are like, why didn't Russell Westbrook ever compete in the dunk contest? He specifically said, I'm an in-game dunker. Russell Westbrook said that, I'm a better in-game dunker. I'm not that kind of dunker. I remember when people were saying that, he was like, no, it would actually not be a good competition for me to do because he's an in-game dunker. I think Jaylen Brown is an in-game dunker. And I'm just like, that's neither here nor there. So I lost all the prop bets in the slam dunk competition.
And I kept urging her to take the over.
I thought eventually that they would come to their senses about what we were seeing.
That's where that's where the good guys cleaned up. And
so what were all your prop bets that you won?
So I won another $3 best ball one. So she's got to do two
MLB and 2 NFLs.
All right. And I won the 2 football games a week for Obi Toppin, Jacob Toppin for the
you keep calling him Obi. Obi. It's Jacob. He got the braids. Jacob has the braids, like the cornrows, and Obi got the little things. I don't know, the little braids at the top.
So we got the 2 football games a week, betting the over. We got a cancel for Jaylen Brown on the over, which she tried to go for the jugular because I was going to do like the small little prop bets, the pizza puffs, the little stuff. And she wanted like the
No, that was none of my prop bets for this. None of my prop bets were that.
No, I know I did the cancel for a reason, and that was because you stepped up your bet to the level of like you gotta do something that's
no. So, all my prop bets for slam dunk were we got to go downtown. Maybe that was
it. That was it. That was it.
I was like, it was nothing like that you had to do.
Man,
it was like she brought, and then like one of them was like, I think I did Swap-A-Rama. We gotta go swap. Yeah. We gotta go to the flea market as a family.
Swap-A-Rama was fine.
And then like there were small ones, like the ones I did. I thought they were small. Downtown was the one that you were like, I'm canceling.
Yeah.
If you win that, I'm canceling that.
Yeah, because she brought a knife to a fist fight, so I had to bring a gun to a knife fight. I did it, and we got another cancel. Because we bet the over. Because that's what we do over here. Okay. That's what we do over here.
You cancel the things that your wife loves to do. Okay. So ultimately I won the whole thing and I got walk domino.
Okay.
And you got
I hit
a cancel.
And I hit the over on Mac.
Which was
the 3-event fishing.
Yeah, I gotta go fishing with him 3 times.
3-event fishing.
That's crazy.
Woo!
I don't mind fishing. I do not mind. Like when I went fishing when we went as like
don't
a family.
Don't say you don't mind.
No. When we went as a family, I had a good time. When we had the house and then like you and your sister argued. You and your sister fought. It was always so entertaining. And then we had salmon. It was great. It was a fun time.
Yeah. Okay. So
we went to Iowa.
What she likes, like
you trying to
the way that I was the way that I was brought up going fishing and stuff. It was like grindy, like you're in the forest with a tent, or you were at a motel.
We did stay at one time. Yeah. We did stay at a motel.
But I'm just saying, it was like totally different. This time that she's talking about, we had an Airbnb on the river that you could just walk out and fish if you wanted to, like literally walk out. like you didn't even need a fishing license because the river was in your backyard.
Angel.
And she's like, oh yeah, I don't mind fit. That's not fishing. That's us staying at an Airbnb on the river, dude. That's not fishing. I don't think you stuck a rod in the water not one damn time.
I did.
The whole time.
There's pictures to show. I caught a fish. I don't know how I'm not fishing when I caught a freaking fish. I caught a whole fish.
You put the worm in a hook?
No, because you did it for me. You stopped letting me do that after that incident when we were on our honeymoon.
Oh my
and it
God.
went through your finger.
So
time out, because you're gonna just talk about the fact that it went through your finger.
That's all that there was.
No, you're not gonna talk about the fact that we were on a crammed. So we thought it would be cute on our honeymoon to go to
deep sea
deep sea fishing.
and we
We were
didn't
in
know there was
Florida.
going to be a small town on the
It was-
damn boat. There.
It was a charter boat. We went during the week, so we were like, "There's not going to be a lot of people." It was during the
Man,
week.
yeah, and there was people like
it was everyone. Like it was so many freaking people.
like if COVID was a thing,
we would have had it.
Everybody would have had
We
COVID
would've
because
had it.
everybody was in everybody's personal space.
It was so bad.
We were elbow to elbow,
and the boat was
and it was like that. So she's trying to put the
hook worm on the hook.
The put whatever bait, whatever we're using for bait, because I don't think it was a worm.
Okay.
But
oh yeah, it was like
on one of the waves, right? She misplaces the hook and it goes into my finger, and we were still at the honeymoon phase, so like it
went straight through, like through the nail, like it went through it was bad. I felt so bad, but I didn't know. I slipped. Like literally, we went up a wave, came down, and I slipped, and that hook went right into his finger. Like I think you were just trying to like help me steady myself. And I laughed because it was truly an accident. It was like I've never seen something be so blatantly an accident.
That was the worst thing you could do. Go deep sea fishing with other people that you don't know who they are on that boat, and then after all that, I'm sitting there, right, in 300-400 feet of water, and we're on the edge.
Yeah.
And I got this thing in my finger, and then we both get seasick.
I think it was like the last 20 minutes, we went inside and went to sleep. We went inside a charter boat, which has nothing. Like it was just like tables, like something set up, and we sat down and we both had to sleep, like at a table. Like our crap was sitting out there. I don't think we cared if anybody stole it. We went to sleep because we were both sick.
Yeah.
It was like the worst part of our trip. It was awful. It was awful. So that was my first time fishing, actually.
All right. So
But you did do deep sea fishing again with my dad, and it was just the two of you.
It wasn't deep sea. It was like 30, 40 feet. It wasn't that bad.
Like for the golf?
It wasn't that bad.
Oh, was it big?
No, yeah, it was like whatever. It wasn't that bad. But okay. So she got
I have to go fishing 3 times this summer.
Yep. And I got 2 Pizza Puff dinners on the prop bets. And so now we've got to determine what exactly, well, better yet, we said this on a previous video that we had to get rid of, but next year for the 3, what would you like to see on the 3 regarding the 3-point contest and the extra event that you want?
Yeah. So like, I think we talked about this, right? So last night, the Curry and the Sabrina competition, edge of our seats. It was great. She performed. She got 26 points. She would have been the 5th person in that 4-way tie that happened in the challenge before, the Starry 3-point challenge. And so, what if the NBA kept the 3-point contest, but incorporated the winner of that Starry 3-point contest? So Damian Lillard won this year, so he would be added to the Steph, Sabrina, and
let's call it the Champions League,
right?
Yeah, soccer term, right?
The Champions Challenge, right, of the 3-point competition, and whoever wins the 3-point Starry Challenge next year would be the 4th person in that competition.
I think that's a great idea.
I think that would be. I think it would change the Starry 3-point competition, because I think like they've been doing that since the 80s, and I think in so many ways the NBA All-Star Weekend has like that Saturday needs to like figure out a way to reinvent itself. And by changing it from Sprite to Starry, I think they open up a door to think very differently about the 3-point competition. And so you already know who are the greatest of all time, right? So you know Steph is the greatest shooter of all time, 3-point shooter of all time. Damian Lillard, you got Dame time. So I will always say this: Steph might be the greatest shooter of all time, but I would not put it past Damian Lillard to be able to compete, if not beat him, because of Dame time. Like he's gonna pay attention to the time. He knows where he's at, and he's gonna be like, "Nah, I need to step this up."
Right. And they're
be up
just
on that.
too,
But
and both of them are too good to be in the regular 3-point
they are.
contest. So
They are.
that's why you have a Champions League or Champions tournament, whatever you want to call it, and you make it into its own event, and that's a way to.
And you keep Sabrina in there because Sabrina
is the best shooter in the
WNBA right now.
WNBA right now.
And I would say the best shooter in the WNBA. She shot from the men's 3 and hit 26 points. And you said it, right? She had to jump shoot. That was not her regular shot.
She had to get her legs into that because the women's 3-point line is significantly closer than the men's 3-point line. And so, she was still hitting. So
she was hitting.
Like, I think that's a great event for next year. Also, the dunk contest needs to have some sort of team element / competition where, you make whatever incentive you have to make that event better, because a lot of people think the 3-point contest might be more. The 3-point contest is more consistent, more consistently good, or more consistently better than the dunk competition. The problem is when the dunk competition is good, it's really, really good.
Yeah.
And so you need to spice things up on the dunk contest. I don't care if you get YouTubers out there.
What about that guy with the colors in his hair? The one that there's this guy, skinny guy, and he dunked. And I know they know who this guy is.
Is he the Puerto Rican guy?
No. He's not Puerto Rican. He's white. I know they know who he is because he's dunked in front of Shaq and Gary Payton before.
Yeah. So
and it's on YouTube. I don't know his name.
So they just need to and if those G League players want to negotiate in their contract or whatever it is that they need to be in the G League or whatever, then whatever, put them in. Nobody watches the G League anyway. So
people watch the G League.
They don't.
They're on ESPN right now.
Badminton is on ESPN and nobody watches it. So
people watch.
All right.
I watch them. I watch the G League games sometimes.
Okay. So those are our thoughts. Now we each have 2 cancels, and we have to figure out what we're doing. So
let me mark down. I got pizza puffs.
Do
I have that 2 times or
2 times?
No. I know I have to do it twice, but did you win that twice, or did you only win it once? So do I do it 4 times or 2 times?
Let's just say I won it once. I'm not sure.
Okay, so all right, so that's just one pizza puff event. 2, what was the other one you got?
3 event fishing.
3 event fishing. I gotta make sure I'm getting this right. Okay.
2 football games a week.
2 football games a week. How many times did you win that?
Once.
Okay.
2 best balls.
Best balls. 4 best balls. Grow up. It's MLB and NFL, right? But so that means 2 teams for each. All right. What else? That was it.
And then I got the 2 cancels.
And you got your own. But that doesn't count.
Oh, the combat paper.
Okay. The pay-per-view. Okay. And I literally have 2 and then 2 throwaways. I have the walk domino and I have take care of baby full time, full day, 3 times. No help. So you have 2 cancels. I literally have 2 things for you to cancel. And I have 2 cancels. So I'll go first and see, you can think about what you're going to do. So what am I going to cancel?
Now what you pick for me to cancel might influence my decision
Angel,
on what
quit,
I cancel.
Quit. So I'm going to cancel one of these best balls. Okay. So it's just one. I'm only canceling one. Okay.
Okay.
Very
fair.
And I'm going to cancel the pay-per-view. So the reason why I'm canceling those, the pizza puffs are still in play, right? You're gonna get your 2 pizza puffs, and whenever else you get mad and beg me for more pizza puffs, and then tell me I haven't had pizza puffs in over a month, so I'll do that one, and however many more I do that season, and then I'm going fishing with you 3 times this summer. and I'm watching 2 football games a week with you.
Mhm.
So there you go.
All right.
Oh, and I'm doing the best balls. Grow up. Grow up. So I'm doing this and then these 3.
All right.
I feel like you come out a winner on that, but go ahead.
You took away my paper.
Well, something was gonna lose, right? I was gonna cancel something. You literally are gonna cancel walk domino and take the baby because you have 2 cancels.
I will take the baby one down to 1 full day. I'm not gonna fully cancel it because I'm a gentleman.
Aren't you going to Vegas for 2 days? Overnight?
3 days, but yeah.
So that's why I picked 3 days.
Well,
in the first place. That's why I picked 3 days in the first place. I was like, he's gonna be gone for 2 days and overnight. That's 3 days. But that's okay. You think that I was trying to get over on you, but it was actually because you were gonna be gone.
That's all right. That's how we do. Tit for tit here. That's what we do.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna use it to go hang out with my friends.
I know you are. Partying. All right. So, and I will not eat, and I will keep the walk domino, but I will keep the walk domino, and it's still going to be for 7 days, or you said a week, but it's going to be 7 days over the course of 2 weeks.
So you're amending them?
I'm not canceling anything. I'm not fully canceling anything. I'm going to be a gentleman. And you are going to have your day with certain friends. And,
certain friends. I have 2 friends.
So, but also have some mercy and instead of 7 a.m., let it be at 9:30. That's it.
So instead of 7 a.m. to bedtime, 9 a.m. to bedtime.
Yeah, 9 a.m., 9:30. And then that's when we go to grandma's house. Because I be needing help, man. He's not. Hey, man.
I handle him by myself, though, during the day. Angel, I don't handle him by myself for chunks of days.
Look. You did before. I've been improving. I've been as he's grown up. As he's grown, I've needed to step it up because he's
he's not that bad.
I'm not saying he's bad. He's active.
He's very active.
And
that's very true.
He's like
non-stop.
Jumping off the couch, trying to jump off the other high end of the couch, just like 4 feet, 5 feet in the air. He's
not even 18 months old yet.
17 months. And he's been doing it for a while. And then now he plays Transformers while watching Transformers. And
no one told you to push.
And then he jumps off the couch thinking he's Spider-Man while he's watching Spider-Man. Because that's what Spider-Man does. He jumps off of shit. And now that's what he's doing. And so I'm constantly
you showed him Spider-Man first and you showed him Transformers first. I have been trying to just watch Miss Rachel, Paw Patrol, till I woke up.
But you started him on Black Panther.
I did.
And then
he was 4 months old.
But he was watching it multiple times a day, every day for I don't know how long.
Now,
and then he would get and then he's scared of it because he's worried about Black Panther because Black Panther be getting his ass whooped.
No, he don't be getting his butt.
He do.
Yeah, I know. He be going through it and he be getting upset. My baby gets upset. He loves Black Panther.
All right, so that's it. That's what we usually do, and that's what we've done for the last handful, 5 years. A bunch of years now, and so if you have any suggestions or anything you want to see,
I have suggestions. I do. I have a suggestion.
Okay, and your opinion matters, and you are affirmed. No, what's your suggestion?
All right, my suggestion is next year our vouchers should be for each other. So like I'm no seriously, like I make vouchers that I think that you would want me to do, and I have to put those up
And
for
I
bets.
have a right to veto.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying
any
that
lame
it's,
vouchers.
I mean, now I don't know why you don't trust me to make vouchers. I know
Mhm.
exactly what you're gonna want.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll give each other the right to veto
So-
what we put on there or adjust. Maybe not a veto, but to adjust, to amend the voucher that's put up on
So-
their behalf, and I have to bet on your behalf.
So anyone that has any other suggestions, feel free to put
Wow.
them in the comment, and feel free to just spice up things a little bit. I think the next time we might do this, I was talking about this yesterday, was the
Oh yeah, home run
was
derby.
for the home run derby, because I bet on that every year too. But it's actually fun. I love the home run derby. So, you know, we could possibly do that in July. I think it's in July. And yeah, so that's where we're at. So like, comment, and subscribe, and see if you want, and if you want to participate in our foolishness over here, that's cool too. Peace.
Peace.
Damn, Domino.